Our next guest is an interesting gentleman known as the real James Bond or the real Matt Houston, take your pick. He's an author of a book called Please Don't Kill Me. He is a private investigator, and he's brought some interesting gadgets with him and other things. Please welcome Bill Deere. Bill? That's actually just water on the couch. We had a little accent.
It feels like it.
No. Yeah, no. But we wanted you to be nice and dry during this interview. We always insist that our guests be dry. That's the least we can do for a guest.
No strawberries.
Yeah. Are you tired of this James Bond comparison?
I've been doing this so long that after a while it follows you around.
Is it lifestyle that makes it?
Well, I've been doing this, I guess, for the past 25 years, and probably the first 15 years you didn't hear that. Now when I'm in England, that's what they call me. When I'm in the States, that's what they call me.
You live a pretty grand life. I mean, look at that. I see jewels glistening.
I borrow these. I asked Laney earlier if I could borrow these. No, I live a very good life. I travel all over the world, solving predominantly murders and kidnappings all over the world. So.
And you take cases that the authorities have trouble with, don't you?
Yeah, we just finished up a case just a few months ago up in Toronto. It took me 11 and a half months, and hopefully we're going to have it out in a book maybe next year. And then we've just got the new one, Please Don't Kill Me, which is...
What case is that?
This is a fantastic case up in Akron, Ohio. It's a 41-year-old millionaire who was probably the most dynamic man you'd ever want to meet. He could walk out in front of a crowd like this and have you opening up a place of business in the morning. Right. But he owned Milo Beauty and Barber Supply. And he was rising so fast in the field of his endeavor that he was stepping in some areas that everybody wasn't sure just what was happening at the time. But anyway, his body was found just inside his palatial estate one morning back in 1980. And all there were, as far as clues where I was brought in, was that the man was laying there on his stomach. His underwear was on backwards. There was a cushion over the back of his head, but only one spent cartridge showing through the cushion, but two spent cartridges on top of his head. What was a little bit different was there was cotton coming out of the corner of his mouth and a wrinkled telegram at the bottom of his feet near the front door, but yet, in fact, it was blank.
What a strange set of circumstances. And how long from the moment you entered that case until it was solved?
First arrest was in about 4.5 months later, and then it took us all together nearly 3 years. 11 arrests, 11 convictions, the largest number of people ever arrested, convicted in the history of the United States.
All involved in the
all involved.
You ever been stumped?
Oh, I get stumped every now and then. I'm working on one right now. What kind of bothers you in this business is the fact you'll work a child kidnapping where murders is the result, and you might have that person as a suspect in the car with you, and you look at him and you say, I know you're guilty. What's sad is for that person to look at you and say, yes, but you can't prove it. Wow. And that's the most difficult part we have in this business.
Yeah. Technology is making some strides in crime fighting, isn't it?
It's been quite interesting now because you've got the device where somebody can put a device in your telephone, dial you from Dallas, Texas, listen to everything that's going on in your house and never even be close to you.
Oh, that's comforting.
So those things are happening every day now.
What, do you use any of these kinds of things?
Most of the times, because of the kind of work I do, from time to time it's helpful to us. We've had gadgets pulled on us to try and see whether or not we could find them. Most of the times that we do the gadgets, it's to find, make sure that they're there and what they're there for.
Now, you brought some devices back here. Let me pull out a couple of things, and maybe you can... There's a can of something.
Yes, this is a little can, and what we did was, most of the people are always trying to see an envelope. So some of the people I put away for murder send me little cards every now and then, and Christmas presents. So by taking this, and if you'll spray that real quick, and I don't know if you can see it on the deal, it'll tell you. America loves the Pat Sajak show. But it saves you a lot of embarrassment when you open up an envelope.
Another mystery unraveled. So you can actually see inside the envelope, and then does it disappear?
It totally disappears and totally dries up in a matter of seconds so that you can put the envelope right back where it came from and not have any problems with it. Over here is a little device that you probably see out every now and then. You can put it in your telephone if you think it's being tapped, and the red light comes on to let you know whether or not it is.
Oh, that's
If not, it stays green and you're all right.
Yeah, this is weird looking.
Oh, these are made for the Israelis, and these are night scope glasses. And what you do is you put those on, you have a slight bit of light, and you can see without any trouble in total darkness.
Now we gave you an assignment. We'll see what kind of a private investigator you are. One of our talent executives, Eileen Bradley, we gave you, what did we give you? Just
You called me up and they gave me a driver's license.
That's
you said,
it?
this is it. This is the only thing we're going to give you is driver's license, but it's the current address for her.
Okay.
Well, when it turned out it wasn't quite a current address.
So have we seen Eileen over there, the victim of this
Poor Eileen's
dossier?
been a good sport in this thing. But anyway, when we got through, we find that poor Eileen has no criminal... In fact, it became exciting to me because I thought there had to be something there for us.
Nothing?
But we did find she moved to a lovely new home we were able to take some pictures of
Oh,
her.
here's
old
your
house.
lovely home, Eileen. Perhaps you'd like to see it. Is this your place? Yeah, good, good. All right, that's her home. Did you take this picture?
Yes, we took, one of my staff members took the picture because I was out of the country.
So tell us something really disgusting about this woman.
Listen, it's so difficult to sit there and look at, as pretty as she is, to realize that, you know, she's single, she's good looking, she lives in a lovely home. I won't tell you what you pay for your house. I'll keep that a secret.
But you know that.
Oh, yes.
All right.
We could.
What else do you know that I couldn't find out just by...
Well, we found a bunch of phone calls. And
we get her phone, access to her phone.
Access to her phone, and found all these people that she'd called, and told her what the names were, who they were, the time she'd called, how long she spoke.
Were there a lot of 976 numbers on there?
Let me check that page just a minute.
What else do we know?
Well, we located where her father was. We located her nieces, and found where she'd been born at, how much time she'd spent in New York, and how much time here in California.
But nothing, no dirty laundry.
No, the only thing, we were getting some lovely pictures. In fact, I kept telling her, I think, maybe we need to go back and check your garbage. 'Cause, boy, there's always telltale evidence someplace. In that case, there wasn't anything here. And here we have a lovely dossier on her. Well, and basically, it comes down to a very exciting, lovely lady who lives in a beautiful new home and is a hard worker.
I was sure she did hard times somewhere in the past.
That's what you said, and that's what we were looking for.
This is shocking news. Well, anyway, it's fascinating work, that's for sure. And good luck with the book. It's called Please Don't Kill Me, the true story of the Milo murder. Nice meeting you. Bill Deere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break and be right back. We have a clean staff.